Level 1. The Aspirant. On the back of a chair in a dormitory in Bogota, there is a white coat. It is folded carefully. It costs $700, which is 43 hours of your mother pushing a mop across the ICU floor at Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami. She is 46 years old. You are 22. You are asleep with your face pressed into a gross anatomy textbook. The coat is for tomorrow. The coat is for the rest of your life. Your mother wires $140 every 2 weeks through a man named Hernan in Hialeah. She tells the woman at the counter it is for her sister. There is no sister. There is you. You are second year at Universidad Nacional. You are the kid, the attending picks for demonstrations. You correct the textbook in the margin and turn out to be right. Your father was a doctor in a town called Yumbo before they shot him in 2003 for refusing to treat the wrong man. You do not talk about your father much. You talk about him on the phone with your mother on Sundays. Your grandmother on your mother's side says white coats attract bad luck. She has told your mother this 17 times. Your mother bought yours anyway. You called her stubborn. She said, "He is going to save us." She meant your father. She did not catch the verb tense. When you visit your grandmother, she makes you tea with a slice of lemon resting on the saucer, never in the cup. She says the bitterness should be a choice. You will graduate top of your class. You will pass every exam at Universidad Nacional. None of it will matter. Level 2. The Disqualified. 4 years pass. You graduate. You move to Miami into the apartment your mother shares with 2 other women on Northwest 7th. You take the USMLE Step 1 on a Tuesday in March. You are 28. The score arrives by email at 6:47 a.m. on a Wednesday. You are still in bed. Your mother is at work. You read the number. 191. Passing is 196. You read the number 4 times. Then you stand up and walk to the kitchen and pour a glass of water and drink it and put the glass in the sink. 5 points. You apply to take it again. The fee is $1,050. You start working at Jackson Memorial as an orderly to pay the fee. You wear scrubs that are not yours. You push beds. You wipe vomit off rails. You walk past the 3rd floor ICU. Your mother cleans, and twice a week you see her pushing a mop. And you do not stop because she does not want anyone to know you are her son. The first month you work there, your mother is diagnosed with stage 4 chronic kidney disease. The nephrologist tells her the wait list for a transplant is between 5 and 7 years. She nods. She does not understand the number. You understand the number. You do the math on the back of a takeout menu in the cafeteria. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 plus 48 is 60. Your friend Carlos passes Step 1 on the first try. He matches at NYU for general surgery. He calls. He says he is sorry. He says it kindly. You hate him for being kind. You take Step 1 a second time. You score 194. Level 3. The Underground GP. 8 months later. You are 29. You take it a third time. You score 195, 3 points short. There is no more exam. You do not tell your mother. You tell her you are scheduling an interview at a clinic. The lie is easy. She is on dialysis 3 times a week, and the dialysis chair makes her dizzy, and she does not push. A man at the hospital cafeteria is the one who tells someone. A coworker pulls you aside. His cousin has appendicitis. The cousin is undocumented. The cousin will not go to the emergency room. Will you look at her? You take the bus to Hialeah at 11 at night with a backpack. The cousin is 16. Her name is Maritza. She is on a kitchen counter in a 1-bedroom apartment. The counter is Formica, with a chip on the corner. Someone has scrubbed it with bleach. The smell is in your throat. You inject local. You make the incision. The appendix is hot and angry, under a desk lamp aimed at the wrong angle. You take it out. You close. You sit Maritza up. She vomits once, and then thanks you, and then her father presses $200 into your hand in 20s. You take the bus home. Your hands shake the whole way. You do not sleep. The next week there is another patient. The week after that, 2. Above a flower shop on West 49th Street, there is an apartment. The man who owns the flower shop is named Nestor. He is from Kamagui. He does not know what is happening upstairs. Every Friday, he brings up a small bunch of pink roses for your tourists, because he assumes a doctor visiting on a tourist visa would appreciate roses. You wire your mother $1,000. She asks how. You say, "Mama, I am working." 3 months in, you have saved her clinic copay for the year. You have also crossed a line you cannot uncross. You check your hands on the bus home one night. They are steady now. That is the first thing that frightens you. Level 4. The basement surgeon. 18 months pass. You do not call yourself a doctor in your apartment, but the people who climb the stairs above the flower shop call you that. Word in Hialeah has moved past appendix and lacerations into the bigger market. The bigger market is Brazilian butt lifts. A BBL and a licensed practice in Miami costs $9,000. You charge $2,500. You do 12 a month. The supplies arrive on Amazon Prime in 2 days. The lidocaine you get from a vet in Doral who orders too much and looks the other way for a cut. You operate on a folding massage table. Your mother visits the apartment one Sunday because Nestor's wife told her you live above their shop. She climbs the stairs. She looks at the medical kit on the dining table. She does not say anything. She sits at the table and you make her coffee, and you do not say anything either. When she leaves, she kisses your forehead. She says, "Take care of yourself." She does not say, "Take care of who you are becoming." The girl who dies on the table is named Daniela Cruz. She is 31. She has 2 children. She works at a nail salon. You inject the fat. Her oxygen drops. You watch the numbers. 83. 79. You know what is happening. You know what fat embolism looks like. You know there is nothing in this apartment that can stop it. You watch her die for 9 minutes. You wrap her. You call your cousin Diego, who has a van. You keep her in a vacant apartment Diego rents on 12th Street for 36 hours. Then Diego drives her to the parking lot of Mount Sinai and walks her body up to the emergency room and tells the security guard she collapsed at his cousin's house. Her family never learns where she actually died. You wash your hands. You wash them for 11 minutes. The skin around your nails goes white. Then you sleep. 7 hours. The first thing that scares you the next morning is that you slept. The body keeps the score. You stopped reading it. Level 5. The Patch-Up Man. 2 years. The man with the gunshot wound is brought to your stairs at 2 in the morning by a man you have seen before. He has a Glock on his hip. The patient is on his shoulder. The patient is bleeding. You let them in. You do not ask. You take $5,000 in 20s out of a paper bag. You remove the bullet from the deltoid. You close. You do not ask his name. He does not give it. You do this 11 more times in the next 6 months. The man who delivers the patients on Fridays has a nephew with a YouTube channel called Wrist Game Strong. The nephew shows up sometimes and waits in your kitchen, filming a Patek Philippe, and asks if you ever think about getting one. You say no. He says you should treat yourself. The man with the deltoid wound comes back 3 days later with a second wound. Right thigh. He is laughing when he climbs the stairs. He sits on the table and pulls his pants down to his knee and tells you what he did on Tuesday. He tells you because you are a doctor and a doctor cannot tell anyone. That is the rule that lives in his head about you. He used the arm you fixed to hold a steering wheel. He drove a truck through an iron gate in Coral Gables. He killed a federal prosecutor and the prosecutor's daughter. She was 9 years old. She was in the back seat. You do not say anything. You inject local. You remove the bullet. He pays you $10,000 in 20s because he is feeling generous. He kisses your forehead the way your mother does. He says, "Doctor, you are a good man." He leaves. You climb the stairs back to your apartment. You sit on the bathroom floor with the phone in one hand. The girl's name was Sophia. The photo is from her birthday party in March. She is wearing a pink t-shirt with a unicorn on it. You vomit. You vomit everything you have eaten for 2 days. You stay on the tile for a long time. You go to the kitchen at 4 in the morning. You make yourself a cup of tea on the stove. You put a slice of lemon on the saucer the way your grandmother used to. The tea goes cold. You do not drink it. You do not eat the lemon. You sit at the kitchen table until the sun comes up. You have never killed anyone. You have a body count. You do not turn him away the next time. The time after that, your hands do not shake. The time after that, you charge double. Your mother calls on Sunday. You let it ring. This is the last time you almost cry. Level 6. The Médico de Confianza. 14 months later, Don Beto comes up your stairs on a Wednesday morning at 10. He is wearing white linen pants. He sits in your kitchen drinking your coffee. He has a proposal. He offers $20,000 a month. You will live in a small house on his property outside Medellin. You will treat his family, his employees, and 3 or 4 people who matter to him. He will hold your passport for safekeeping. He says safekeeping like it is a real word. You think about your mother on dialysis 3 times a week, 62 years old, on a list that has not moved. You take the deal. There is a small house with white tiles and a swimming pool with a green inflatable flamingo in it. You fly to Miami every 6 weeks. You buy your mother a home dialysis machine. It costs $19,000. It has a 4-star rating on Amazon with 2 reviews. The machine sits in the corner of her 1-bedroom apartment and hums. You hire her the best nephrologist in Miami. You pay cash. He gets her bumped on a private list. The list is still the list. There is no kidney. 8 months after you take the deal, your sister Yanira calls. The home dialysis machine had been running for 4 hours. Your mother had a cardiac event in the 2nd hour. The session was scheduled for 2. Yanira found her at 6 because her daughter has flute lessons on Saturdays and she always stops by after. The machine was still running. You paid for it. You read the manual. You did not read the section about what happens when no one is there. You ask Don Beto for the passport. He gives it to you the same day. He gives you $10,000 in cash for the funeral. You arrive at the funeral home in Alapata 3 hours after the service ends. The coffin is closed. You sit. After some time, you stand up and put both hands flat against the wood. The wood is cold. You keep them there until your palms warm it. This is the closest you have been to your mother in 2 years. You sit back down. You think about a man in Recife who 6 months ago could have sold you a kidney for $50,000. You did not buy the kidney. You were building the network. You fly back to Medellin 3 days after the funeral. You do not take a week. You do not take a month. You operate on a man's stomach the next morning. Your hands do not shake. That is the moment you realize the work was never for her. You came down here to save one woman. You are about to save dozens, just not her. Level 7, the outlaw surgeon. A hotel in Pristina. The ice machine on your floor has been broken for 3 weeks. You walk down 4 flights at 3 in the morning in pajamas to fill a plastic bucket because the recipient has a fever and you need ice and the broker does not answer his phone after midnight. A rooftop pool in Istanbul, the Levent district. The hotel has 187 reviews on Yelp. One of them says, "Beautiful pool, beautiful suite, beautiful breakfast. Service felt strange somehow. 4 stars. You read it on the plane on your way out. You smile. A barangay in Manila called Baseco. A man named Roman has 53 names in a notebook. He calls them his boys. He sold his own kidney in 1997 for $1,400 and used the money to start the notebook. He shows you his scar. He says, "Doctor, I know what they go through." He says it with pride. A recovery suite in a private clinic in Ramat Gan. The donor is in the room next door. You will not meet him. The clinic owner pays the cleaning staff in cash and asks them not to come on Tuesdays. 18 months after your mother dies, you are no longer Don Beto's doctor. You are a broker's doctor. His name is Sami. His office is on Istiklal Caddesi above a baklava shop. His clients pay between $100,000 and $200,000 per kidney. He pays you between $30,000 and $40,000. He pays donors between $1,500 and $3,000. The boy is named Faisal. He is 12. His father owns a logistics company in Riyadh and is paid $180,000. The donor is named Anton. He is 23. He is from a village for 2 kilometers outside Chisinau. He has been paid $1,800. He has signed a paper in a language he does not read. The suite is on the 16th floor of a hotel in Pristina. Suite 1614. There is a Nutella packet on the breakfast tray. There are 3 flavors. You eat one with a spoon at 4 in the morning before you scrub. You take Anton's kidney at 6:12 in the morning. Cold ischemia time is the number that lives in your skull now. 18 hours maximum. 12 to be safe. The clock starts when you clamp the renal artery. You walk the kidney down the hall in a plastic basin on ice. You walk back into suite 1614. Faisal is on the table. At 47 minutes, his blood pressure drops to 50/26. The monitor screams. The anesthetist says, "Doctor." The recipient is coding. "You have not been here with a father who can have you killed if his son does not wake up." You find it. A small bleeder you missed at the renal vein. You clamp, you repair. You watch the pressure climb. 71, 83. You exhale. At minute 90, the kidney perfuses. The pink returns. You feel it through the gloves before you can see it. The catheter bag fills with urine in the first 100 seconds. It is the cleanest thing you have ever seen. The father is in the next room. You can hear him weeping through the wall. He is praying with his forehead on the carpet. He presses a Rolex into your palm at 8 a.m. It is a Daytona. It is gold. He says, "Doctor, you are an angel." He kisses your hand the way Maritza's father kissed your hand in Hialeah for $200. He asks where the kidney came from. You say, "From a man who wanted to help." He nods. He asks if you do daughters. He has one on a list in Riyadh. She is 8. He hopes you have time next year. You say yes. You mean it. That is the thing that scares you about the yes. That you mean it. You walk out of the hotel at 5:47 a.m. into the pristina dawn. The street is empty. The Rolex is heavy. You realize you do not know what to do next. You think about who to call. Your mother is dead. Carlos is chief of transplant surgery at NYU and has not returned a call in 7 years. Yanira does not answer numbers she does not recognize. There is no one who knows what you just did. There is no one who knows you. The Rolex goes in the safe. The work does not. Level 8. The Ghost. 8 years later. Istanbul. You are 47. You live in an apartment in Nishantaşı with a balcony that looks at a mosque you do not pray at. A young man knocks at 3 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. He is 26. He is Filipino. He has failed step 1 of the USMLE 3 times. His mother is a teacher in Iloilo and needs a mitral valve replacement, and the wait list in the Philippine public system is 18 months. He has heard about you from a cousin of someone he met at a Tagalog church in Yenacapa. He sits in your kitchen. You make him tea. You put a sliver of lemon on his saucer, never in the cup. He drinks the tea. He says, "I like the lemon. There is no lemon in the tea. The lemon is on the saucer." He has noticed it. He has not eaten it. He thinks the tea tastes like lemon. You do not correct him. Your grandmother used to say the bitterness should be a choice. You do not say this to him either. He asks why you became a doctor. You used to have an answer. You used to say, "My mother." You used to say it for years. Now you cannot remember if you mean it. You give him a new answer. You say, "Because the world has too many people who can hurt and not enough who can heal." He nods. He says, "That is what I think." He believes it. You watch him believe it. He will say the same words to a young man in 20 years. You can see the white coat folded on the back of a chair in his sister's apartment in Iloilo. You hire him. You tell him you will teach him. He stands to leave. He thanks you. At the door he turns. He asks if you remember the first person you ever saved. You think about Faisal. You think about the Saudi child with the kidney that came from Anton from a village outside Chisinau. The boy lived. The boy is 20 now. He is a real person somewhere on the planet because of you. That is not the one you remember. You remember Maritza. You remember the kitchen counter in Hialeah with a chip on the corner. You remember a desk lamp aimed wrong. You remember a 16-year-old vomiting once and then thanking you. You remember her father pressing $200 into your hand in 20s. You remember her because she is the last person you saved without taking from someone else to do it. He will learn. Everyone does. 20 years from now, a young man will knock on his door. He will sit at his kitchen table. He will drink tea with a sliver of lemon on the saucer. He will say what you just said. The cycle continues.